Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Spartans and the Tritons here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Josh Sperber here as the Tampa females defeated the Eckerd males by 4 points. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineups as each team takes to the court for Game 2 of this showdown. Trey Lane, Amarion Nimmers, BJ Schaefer, Caden Froby, and the big man Tyson Lato, the three starters for Tampa. And the Eckerd Tritons come in with their regular five of Isaiah Placide, Kent Gerard, Koa Baker, Dante Bouchard, and Timothy Thompson. The Tritons and Spartans are both right around the same record conference-wise, with Tampa 10-3 overall, but all three losses have come against Sunshine State Conference teams. They're 2-3 in conference play. Eckerd 2-4 against SSC opponents, and 7-7 overall. Timothy Thompson and Tyson Lato is a matchup to watch of two solid and physical big men down low, with Isaiah Placide likely to command the perimeter. Here's Thompson down low. He's going to back down. Lato goes right at him and off the top of the cup into the arms of Lato for the board. Now it's Tampa with Trey Lane dishing it to Lato. Amarion Nimmers, one of the leading scorers in the entire SSC. Lato, double team with Gerard there to help, flips it inside. The shot up, no good, and Kent Gerard skies in for the rebound. Placide, an unconscious three-shooter who caught fire with 21 points against Nova Southeastern in Saturday's loss, as Gerard breaks down his man, slides in over Lato, in and out, and it's picked up by Caden Froby, grad student from Illinois. And Lato is blocked, but Thompson called for the foul. Quick strike down the court for the Spartans, and Tyson Lato is the first man to go to the line in this game. The first points could come from the free throw line as Lato prepares. As Tyson Lato is shooting 76% from the charity stripe, 36 for 47, as Rocky Rosario set to check in. Lato makes the first, and the Spartans are the first team on the board, and a quick substitution from Rosario to Timothy Thompson, and that could be just a preventative measure, as Thompson, a physical specimen at 6'8", but he is prone to drawing fouls. And the Tritons trying to save their big man and keep him in the game as long as he can. Lato hits them both, and it's 2-0 Tampa as they get the first points from the free throw line, as Bouchard takes his time but gets over in advance of the 8-second. Baker slashing through, goes back to his left, fakes the pass, and a nice little hook shot. And Koa Baker gets the first field goal of the game to tie it up at 2. Lato, as the Spartans quickly swinging around, BJ Schaefer back to Lane. Lane, a pocket pass inside, and Lato's disrupted. Bouchard and Gerard were there. That's going to be on Dante Bouchard. And Bouchard gets the foul. Eckerd has already picked up 2 fouls in the first minute plus. Rosario on Lato as Lane dishes it inside, and a nice move to the cup from BJ Schaefer. Schaefer with the bucket. He's 1 for 2 from the field as Tampa takes a short lead. Bouchard on Lane is going to be a fun matchup between two quick point guards. Lane, an adept passer, and Bouchard, a great shooter, as Placide, probably the best shooter on this team, gets the steal after the miss, and then it's stolen right back by Froby. Froby taking it himself in the corner. Nimmers for the shot. It's good from deep. Amarion Nimmers with the game's first triple. Nimmers in 13 games, averaging 17.8 per game, 6 in the entire Sunshine State Conference. 5-point lead for Tampa, as it didn't get to a 5-point game in game 1 until the second. Bouchard gets the extra pass to the corner, gets it back from Baker. Wide open from 3, but he can't get it to go, as Baker is hit by Lato, no call. Placide from the corner, and that should be 3 free throws. 3 free throws for Isaiah Placide as Amarion Nimmers gets hit with his first foul. And you don't want to foul a shooter. And boy, is Isaiah Placide a shooter. 82% from the line this season is Placide. He has made 53 in 64 attempts so far in 2024 and 25. Shot number 1 of 3 goes down for Placide. A key figure on this Tritons roster, senior at a Kankakee Community College, initially from Georgia. Has started in all but one game so far as Placide hits them both. Now he looks for the second as Eckerd's leading scorer, 17 points a game, with a majority of his shots coming from behind the arc. He has attempted 198 field goals so far, with 115 coming from behind the arc. All free throws go down for Placide. 3-point game in favor of the Spartans. Nimmers to Lane. Crosses up Bouchard, goes back to his left and loses it. Now swings it to Froby. Froby outside, that's Schaefer. Schaefer, the runner. In and out, no good. Lato up for it, but misses the catch, and Rosario cleans up the mess. 7-5 the score now as Eckerd trails by 2. Placide has a chance to change the lead in a shot. Lobs it up. Rosario down low, swings it to Bouchard. One more to the corner. Gerard travels. And some extra hesitation from Kent Gerard results in an Eckerd turnover. And even Brian Goluski going right to Kent Gerard as he crosses half court and telling him, you got to shoot that. Bouchard with a good extra pass, and Gerard hesitated, I think, when he heard the footsteps of an oncoming Spartan defender. So still a 2-point game, about 3.5 gone so far in the first half of this one. Inside to Lato, great patience as Rosario fouls him, and the ball falls in. Tyson Lato, under heavy pressure, gets hit by Rosario and will go to the line for a chance at one more. Tyson Lato, 1 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, with a board already for the 6'7 senior out of Whitney Young High School in Chicago. Tim Thompson and Wyatt Treistman. The 2 to check in for Eckerd, Kent Gerard, Rocky Rosario. Over to exit. 10-5 lead after Lato swishes another free throw. And Tampa's got its largest lead back at 5 points. Baker to inbound. Bouchard under pressure from Lane. And it goes in to Isaiah Placide. Pressure slows, and Placide walks it across the timeline. Placide, Treisman, Thompson, Baker, and Bouchard for the Tritons as the pass is picked by a combination of Nimmers and Froby. Nimmers swings it to the corner and stepped out of bounds did Ryan Blunt. Blunt with the turnover. He's joined by Nimmers, Lane, Froby, and Lato. Still a 5-point game as Bouchard takes it up the court. And the ball moves to Treisman. Treisman back to Baker. Baker inside, shovels it to Placide for the lay-in. Nice pass by Koa Baker to set up the easy deuce. And it's a 3-point game. Lato on Thompson. That's a matchup you're going to want to watch as Lato is not afraid to go outside of the paint. Nimmers in a mismatch on the taller defender. He swings it. 3 from Blunt, and it goes down. And Tyson Lato knocks into Koa Baker. That is going to be a foul. That's Lato's first, and it negates the basket on the loose ball foul. So Eckerd gets a break as Tyson Lato gets hit with a foul, and Eckerd will get possession when they return.
of Eckerd Athletics, Domino's on 34th Street South. For pizza, wings, pasta, salad, and sandwiches, think Domino's, just a mile from campus on 34th Street South. And when you're in the stands at Triton games, don't forget to cheer on the Domino's in-game promotion to receive one free pizza.
So the three-pointer is good as the basket went in before the foul. Tyson Lato is now on the bench for Tampa. And he will be replaced by Cole Gingileski, sophomore that is listed at 7 feet tall on the roster. That adds some extra height for the Spartans, who are now up by 6 after that last three. Placide drives, falls. No foul called as Thompson misses the board. Here's Trey Lane speeding it up the court, dishing to Froby. Inside, and that one's passed out to the corner. No good from Nimmers, and the rebound goes to Koa Baker. For Eckerd, 5 on the floor. Patterson, Baker, Treisman, Thompson, and Placide. It's Lane, Nimmers, Blount, Froby, and Gingileski for the Spartans. Patterson, a solid 3-shooter, takes Lane off the dribble. Dishes it to Baker, who finds it with 11 on the clock. Thompson off a slip screen. Baker draws the double. Swing to Patterson. Fires from 3, and it swishes in. Brady Patterson puts Eckerd back within 3 as the refs had to take the timeout to fix that net. That ball was so money from Brady Patterson. He gets the triple on his first shot of the game, and it's 13-10. Kent Gerard will head to the scorer's table and get ready to check in, with Tampa preparing a sub as well. Long 3 from Nimmers, no good, and Placide picks up the rebound. 3-point game now as Placide swings to Baker. Now Thompson in on the 7-foot Gingileski. Pocket picked by Froby, but it falls back in the hands of Baker. 15 on the shot clock as Thompson tries to set the screen. Treisman hoists from 3, front rim no, and it's picked up by Froby. Lane sends it ahead to the streaking Froby. Now Nimmers. Lane on Baker. Fires from distance off the back of the rim, and rebound goes into the hands of Isaiah Placide. 13-10 remains the score. About 6 minutes gone by in this first half as Patterson swings it to Baker, who falls, and that's going to be a push on Trey Lane. A sub set to go in from each team. It'll be Ian Higdon entering for the first time for Tampa. Dante Bouchard comes in and replaces Isaiah Placide. Kent Gerard replaces Koa Baker. For Tampa now, B.J. Schaefer joins in along with Ian Higdon. Joining with Trey Lane, Amarion Nimmers, and Cole Gingileski, along with Ryan Blount. Shot misses. Gerard tracks down the board. Patterson now at the top of the key with 15 on the clock. Handle slips on the pass. Gerard bodying the defender. Hard moves in the post. Fadeaway jumper. No. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Little too much lowering of the shoulder for Kent Gerard as Tyson Lato comes in to spell the 7-foot Gingileski. And now Koa Baker, after a quick exit, will come on and replace Kent Gerard. Gerard already with 2 fouls inside the first 7 minutes of the half. And he is just such a key two-way player for these Tritons. B.J. Schaefer to Lato, looking for Nimmers, who's already got 3. Lato back to Nimmers, in the corner, well defended by Bouchard. Now it's Blount. Blount to Nimmers, loses the handle. Who'd that go off of? It was Bouchard who touched it last. Nimmers and Bouchard were the closest to it. It looks like it went off of the tattooed left calf of Dante Bouchard. And Coach Skolusky, I don't think would agree with me if he heard me. Ryan Blunt to inbound. It's Schaefer now with 8 on the shot clock. Behind the line, dishes it around. 3 fired from Blunt, no good. And Baker will save it from going out of bounds. Still a 3-point game, under 13 minutes now in the first. Treisman drives on Lato, pokes in the layup, no good. Thompson tips, but it reaches B.J. Schaefer. Excuse me. B.J. Schaefer gets his first bucket of the game. Forgive the let's call it technical difficulties, as Tampa now has a 5-point lead. Ian Higdon picks up his first foul, and Amarion Nimmers will check out. DeAndre Harvey, the senior from Potter's House Academy in Daytona Beach, will replace him. Bouchard on the inbound, 22 seconds on the shot clock as Thompson picks it up in the low post. Thompson backs down Lato. Thompson twirls, holds, shoots, no good, and it's picked up by Blount. Blount takes it himself. Now he gives it to DeAndre Harvey. Kwasinski getting ready to check in for Eckerd, the senior from Drake University. Lato dishes to Schaefer. 16 on the shot clock as Schaefer drives with the left, forces it up and gets it in. Through the contact, B.J. Schaefer with a tough bucket. And he's got 6 to stretch Tampa's largest lead of the night to 7. Brady Patterson takes it across the timeline as Caden Froby gets ready to check in. Baker wants the 3, slashes inside around Lato to Thompson, who puts it in. Great move from Koa Baker to find some space and find the big man Thompson as Eckerd stops a almost 3-minute scoring drought. Thompson pokes it away, but Lato with a quick reaction to pick it up. Jump pass now in the corner to Schaefer. Schaefer driving baseline, forces up the shot. No, Lato picks it up, easily puts it back home. And the lead stretches back to 7 for the Spartans. Tyson Lato is 2 for 2 from the field, 3 for 3 from the line, and leads all Spartans with 7. Bouchard, dangerous from 3, but he's been relatively hesitant to shoot for the most part this year as Patterson slices through the Spartans' defense, finds Dante in the corner. Oh, in and out, no good. And the board goes to Tyson Lato. Baker avoids the foul call as Lato, the big man, brings it up himself. Swings it to Harvey, wide open from 3, but he misses the open look. That would have put the lead in double digits. Patterson to Baker now as Rocky Rosario is getting ready to step in for the Tritons. He's sitting at the scorer's table as Baker is well defended by Higdon. Baker slashes through the lane, foul as he gets the layup off. And he'll get 2 shots. But those free throws will have to wait as we will call a timeout with 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Just about the halfway point of this first half. It's Tampa 19, Eckerd 12.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
(19-12) as we've got a ball game on our hands. Tampa and Eckerd duel once again after the Spartan women took down the Tritons 68-64 in the first game of this twin bill. Jordan Kwasinski is going to check on for Eckerd along with Rocky Rosario, with Brady Patterson, Dante Bouchard, and Koa Baker joining them on the court. For the Spartans, it's Lato, Froby, Blount, Harvey, and Trey Lane. Koa Baker's at the line for 2, as he got there right as the timeout was called, and Baker makes the first of his 2 free throws. Koa Baker, 86% from the free throw line. He's made 46 of 43. Of 53, make it 46 of 54 as he goes 1 for 2, lead down to 6. And that one goes off the hand of Froby. Lane with a miraculous save, and he kicks it to Lato. Lato spins around Baker inside the paint. Lato falling away, no, but it's rebounded by Tampa. Trey Lane from deep, no good, and Bouchard saves it on the edge. Back to Rosario, poked away, now on the floor, and Tampa recovers. Harvey quickly steps into the 3, no good. And a pass from Froby to Lato, who drops it in. And that's going to be a timeout for Brian Goluski, as Eckerd having trouble keeping possession with Tampa starting to take over. Largest lead of the first half so far. Tampa Spartans lead the Eckerd Tritons 21. Eight-point lead for the Spartans as they are shooting 42% from the field in the lead so far. Just under halfway through with half number one is Brady Patterson. Brings it up against Keandre Harvey. At the nick of time, he gets over the timeline as Isaiah Placide sits down in front of the scorer's table, ready to check in for the Tritons. Clock down to 15. Placide joined by Amarion Nimmers as Rosario fights his way towards the basket. Kwasinski loses the pass. Baker gets it with 3 on the clock. Patterson, 2 on the clock, forces a 3, no good. And the air ball means a shot clock violation. Great defense on that possession from Tampa, not letting anything through as Amarion Nimmers checks in for Keandre Harvey. And Dante Bouchard exits in favor of Isaiah Placide. 21-13 the score after a good defensive possession from Tampa. Trey Lane slips off the screen, and now he's guarded by Baker. Lane, the quick crossover, gets to the baseline, nice dish, and Froby takes the find into the net to make it a 10-point lead. This is an Eckerd team that was hanging with Nova Southeastern on Saturday just about every step of the way in the first half, but a late run by the Sharks proved to be the nail in the coffin as they ended up beating the Tritons by about 40 after a dominant second half as Rosario misses the layup underneath the cup on the miss from Baker. Spartans control it. Nimmers gets around Placide, shovels it to Lato, who runs right into Rocky Rosario, and that is going to draw a foul. So Tyson Lato has been drawing contact after contact as he has put fouls on both of the big men for the Tritons, with Thompson currently checking in and replacing Rosario after his first foul. Wyatt Treisman will enter. Jordan Kwasinski will exit as well for Eckerd. No subs for Tampa, who have a 5 of Lato, Froby, Blount, Nimmers, and Lane. Lato swings it, pass to Blount, fires from distance, no good, and Isaiah Placide able to snag the board. 8.5 to go in the first half, 23-13 in favor of the Spartans. As Patterson, taking it himself, steps back and puts in the mid-range J. Unassisted bucket from Brady Patterson, who's made both of his shot attempts. And now Eckerd back within single digits. It's Froby, guarded by Baker, swings it to the corner for Blount. Inside, mismatch as Lato's on Patterson. Nimmers gets the swing from the elbow, no good from 3. Thompson and Baker there, and Baker ends up with a board. Eckerd gets it up to Treisman, spins around, but it's picked off by Ryan Blount. Great move to rip that out of the spinning arms of Wyatt Treisman. And Tampa's turnover gets them possession right back. Here's Lane driving himself. I think Treisman might have gotten a hand on it. Certainly did enough to disrupt the shot. And that's inside. Treisman's going to take it himself. Beautiful dish from Patterson. And Eckerd cuts the lead 23-17. Blount off the elbow, shakes off Placide, fires the corner. Froby wide open, but he can't take the corner J. Rebound in. Now going inside, losing possession. Placide dives, and is that a timeout or a jump ball? A jump ball. And that is going to stay here with Tampa. Bodies hitting to the floor as we will take a timeout under 10 minutes. Eckerd with a little bit of resurgence, but they still trail by 6 with about 7 minutes. 23-17 the score in the first half. Each team now under 40% as Eckerd has stepped up defensively in the last couple of minutes. 6-2 run since Coach Goluski's first time out. 7 minutes to go in the first half. 9 points from Tyson Ladow leads all scorers for the Spartans, who inbounded underneath their own hoop. Ladow gets the inbound from Lane, who curls around and fakes out Thompson. Ladow gets the pass from Lane. Ladow spins, fires the hook shot, no good, but a great rebound from B.J. Schaefer. He loses possession, and it's Eckerd ball. Tampa with 15 rebounds to Eckerd's 13, as we've got a substitution. The centers swap as Cole Gingileski replaces the game's leading scorer in Tyson Ladow. Gingileski with a short stint earlier in the game, joining Schaefer, Nimmers, Froby, and Trey Lane. Now Patterson misses the curl around Baker. Now Thompson up top. Placide guarded closely by Nimmers. Now to Baker with 11 on the shot clock. Kick to the corner. Treisman fires from three, no good. Placide can't corral the miss, and it goes back to the Spartans. Here's Lane. He's so quick. Hoists up a shot, and the high arcing layup knocks off the glass and in. Lead up to 8 for the Spartans. Patterson, Treisman, Placide, Thompson, and Baker. The 5 on the floor for Eckerd is Kent Gerard, ready to replace one of them. Baker with 16 on the shot clock, has it on the elbow, top of the key. Screen from Thompson. Baker's doubled and fouled by Cole Gingileski, who over-rotated and just collided with Koa Baker, causing the trip. And Baker will exit. Kent Gerard will come replace him. 5 team fouls for Eckerd, 6 for the Spartans, who need to foul the Tritons a couple more times to put Eckerd in the bonus. Patterson with 17 on the clock, off the inbound, avoids the Thompson screen, takes it down the left side, pocket pass. Treisman stuffed by Lane, who's going to not save it from going out of bounds, and Eckerd catches a break as the Spartans lose it in transition. Ken Gerard in for the rebound, might be setting up Patterson for a curling 3 on the catch. Stack play breaks, Gerard looking to inbound, lofts it up, has to go backcourt. Patterson almost has it stolen, but he controls. Patterson guarded by Lane, loses his footing. Hard screen by Thompson, but the pass picked off by Gingileski. Froby charging down the court. Great D from Gerard to stop the shot, but Nimmers picks it right up and puts it back through to extend the Spartan lead back to 10. 5.5 to go in the first half, 27-17 in favor of Tampa. Treisman fakes the handoff to Placide, takes it himself around the contact, but can't get it to go. Wyatt Treisman will have a chance to redeem himself at the free throw line. Wyatt Treisman, a sophomore transfer out of Westchester Community College back in White Plains. Treisman from the free throw line shooting 64%, 20 for his first 31. Now 20 for 32. And a substitution for the Spartans and the Tritons as Jordan Kwasinski comes on for Timothy Thompson. Trey Lane has exited, replaced by Amarion Nimmers. And Treisman splits the free throws, making the second to bring the lead down to 9. Gingileski by himself, and he slams it home. An emphatic dunk from the 7-footer, and the Spartans now enjoy an 11-point lead. Patterson, Placide, curling, fires the 3, in and out, no good. And Kwasinski can't come up with it. Here's Caden Froby. The handoff to Blunt, and the whistle blown. And it's a reach-in foul on Kent Gerard. Eckerd's in the bonus. It's 1-1 territory from here on out. And another foul from the Tritons would put the Spartans in the bonus. 5 minutes to go. Here's the inbound from Blount to Schaefer. A long three, no good. Rebound to Schaefer. Schaefer puts it up, lofts in the floater. And the largest lead of the game grows to 13 for the Spartans. Patterson brings it up the court, gets the handoff from Baker. Patterson in his right hand, spins around, kicks the pass out to Baker. Wide open, long range, no good. And a missed opportunity from Eckerd, but Tampa flubs the rebound, and Eckerd will inbound. Dante Bouchard replacing Brady Patterson, and Ian Higdon will come on for the Spartans. He replaces Caden Froby. The Missouri S&T transfer heads to the bench for the Spartans. 20 on the shot clock as Bouchard inbounds to Placide. He wants the three, but now whacks down Nimmers. Fadeaway jumper, cashes it in. Isaiah Placide, a lethal shooter. He leads all Tritons with 7. And a kick pass out to the corner for Nimmers. Now Gingileski to Schaefer. Goes off the screen, give and go to Gingileski, who drops it in. 4 minutes to go, 13-point lead for Tampa. Bouchard slows it up to try and break down his defender. Now dishes to Baker. Shot clock down to 20 as Baker swings it over to Treisman. Steps inside, spins, fires up the hook shot, no good. Treisman knocks it down, and Ian Higdon dives on top. A scrum on the floor, and this one will stay Eckerd's way on the jump ball. And it's immediate timeout under 5 minutes. 3 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the first half. Tampa with a big lead on the
Bird Hotel partner of Eckerd Athletics, Residence Inn. Experience a peaceful waterfront getaway at Residence Inn Tierra Verde. Located directly on the bay, the Residence Inn is a waterfront hotel just steps away from all your favorite St. Pete attractions. When booking your next St. Pete getaway, think Residence Inn. Preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Syndio Wealth Partners. Syndio Wealth Partners can help you simplify your wealth-related decision-making through their years of experience and earned expertise, unwavering work ethic, and unquestioned integrity. Check them out at syndiowp.com.
The Tampa Spartans enjoying their most comfortable lead of the night, 13 points in their favor as they take on their crosstown rival Eckerd Tritons, 33-20 to score. You're listening to Josh Sperber here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Here on the campus of St. Petersburg College, appreciate our Titans for hosting our Tritons while the MacArthur Center is under repairs. It's Kwasinski, Bouchard, Treisman, Baker, and Placide for the Tritons, and Tyson Ladow now on for Tampa, along with Lane, Nimmers, Blount, and Higdon. Stolen away by Trey Lane. He's got it all by himself, and Wyatt Treisman out of nowhere, but a foul's called. Not sure if that's on Treisman or Placide, and it's going to be on Treisman. Looked like his free hand might have caught the arm of the shooting Lane, so Treisman gets hit with his second foul. And with 2 shots for Lane, the Spartans are now in the bonus. Each team with 7 fouls here in the first half. And Lane, with an unorthodox slight hop on that first free throw, does not go. .325 remaining in the half. Lane misses them both. And Lato almost gets the rebound and unsuccessfully saved by Ian Higdon. So Ian Higdon will check out. Caden Froby will check back in. And Eckerd trying to cut into the Spartan lead after both free throws missed by Trey Lane. Bouchard and Lane, that's a one-on-one that'll continue from the backcourt to the front court as Dante moves it up the court. Give and go from Placide. Bouchard looking back for Placide, trying to go off the curl. That's his specialty. And Nimmers picks his pocket. Dishes to Froby. Froby has it stolen away by Bouchard, but it's going to stay here as that one goes off the Triton point guard. Dante Bouchard, an IMG Academy product, junior, who transferred from D1 Mount St. Mary's. Tyson Lato gets the inbound, guarded by Kwasinski. Now it's Blount. Blount spins to his left. Froby on the cut. Lane in the corner. Fires the three. No good. And it's up and in right off the tip from Ryan Blount. Blount's got 5. And Goluski calling for a quick shot. Looking for something here is Eckerd trailing by 15. And towards the end of the first half, Treisman bodying his man. Can't get it to go, but he gets his own miss. Treisman off the back iron again, no. And Nimmers gets the tip board from Ryan Blount. Lane on the carry, and that is going to be a turnover. It's rare that you see a carry call in modern day basketball, but that was pretty clear. Lane kind of tucked that into his chest, and you could tell that it stopped the natural dribble of the ball. Jordan Kwasinski exits. Timothy Thompson back in for Eckerd, and picked off as Bouchard picks it up. Placide fires the fast break triple, and he puts it in. Isaiah Placide from the corner gets his first 3 of the ball game. Eckerd's back down by 12. Lato on the pump fake. Back out to Froby with Lato waiting on the pick. Now to Nimmers. Swings to Blount. Almost picked off by Placide as Nimmer gets it in the corner. Looking for Blount inside, looking for Lato inside as Froby picks it up. On the smaller man, Froby to his left. Loops up the floater, no good. Lato tips it away. Thompson picks it up. Baker ends up with it. He's going to sprint it down the court. Baker on the smaller defender. Baker goes in and around, tries for the reverse, and Koa Baker with an exceptional shot to put the Tritons within 10. A great finish from Koa Baker, and the Spartans will give us a break as they take a timeout with 1:39 remaining.
Mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free.
Final minute and 40 of the first half. 10-point lead for the Spartans as the Tritons try to ramp up their defense. Each team is in the bonus and has taken one timeout. Lane gets the find from the corner and cashes in the 3. A much-needed triple for Tampa as they try to stop the bleeding with that one. Here's Dante Bouchard. Sends the bounce to Thompson, guarded by Lato. The big man matchup at the free throw line goes back to Bouchard, who slips the pick from Thompson. Off the double, he gets a quick feed. Thompson off the backboard and puts it in. Eckerd now down by 11. Timothy Thompson with his second basket of the day as we reach the 1-minute mark with a minute left in the first half. Lato on Baker. Inside, nice move from Froby, who gets a reverse layup to bring the lead back to 13. 40-27 the score, 45 remaining in the first half. Tritons can potentially go for a 2-for-1, but they seem to be moving a bit too slowly to make that happen. Bouchard off a Thompson pick, looking for the open man, finds Treisman. Corner 2, it's good, and Eckerd gets 29. Shot clock is off with 26 seconds remaining in the first half. Tampa will end the half with a double-digit lead, barring a mistake. Trey Lane guarded by Bouchard towards the logo. Clock rolling down to 13 seconds as Lane flips it and the Spartans start to make their move. 8 seconds left. Froby swings to the other side for Lane. Deep 3, and he swishes it in. 2 seconds left, and Trey Lane hits the triple. That will do it for the first half. A late surge from the Spartans, and they have a comfortable lead after one half of play. 43 for the Spartans, 29 for the Tritons. And we'll have some stats and a full breakdown a little later on as we take a break at the end of the first half. A 14-point lead for Tampa. And we'll The Tampa Spartans have led the whole way in the first half to the tune of a 43-29 lead over the Eckerd Tritons. Josh Sperber here for some halftime stats here at the campus of St. Petersburg College. For the Tritons, the field goal percentage is quite telling. 37% from the field for Eckerd, 47% from the field for the Spartans, who are also out-rebounding Eckerd by a 22-18 margin. The only advantage Eckerd has over Tampa in terms of percentages and numbers is at the free throw line, where they're 5 for 7 to the Spartans' 3 for 5. For Tampa, the big man Tyson Ladow, 3 for 5 from the field, 4 boards, 9 points. Leading the way for the Spartans with Ryan Blunt, leading all rebounders with 6. 3 on the offensive glass, 3 on the defensive glass. For Eckerd, Isaiah Placide, unsurprisingly, the Triton scoring leader. 10 points and a steal with a 1 for 3 marking from behind the arc and 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Assist-wise, it's Koa Baker who leads with 3, and he also leads the way with 5 rebounds, all coming off the defensive glass. 4 rebounds, all but 1 coming off the defensive glass. Isaiah Placide has 4 as well. The Tritons down by 14 points, an even 11 for 29 in the first half. 2 for 9 from behind the arc. Both teams looking to increase their productivity from 3. The Spartans looking to add to their lead, and the Tritons trying to whittle it down. We'll have the second half of some Sunshine State Conference basketball coming up here on the Sunshine State Conference. Welcome back to the second half of this Tritons and Spartans doubleheader here on the campus of St. Pete College. Josh Sperber here on the Sunshine. Oh, goodness. Let's try that again. Josh Sperber here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, getting ready for the second half. The Spartans led the entire way in the first. Koa Baker got the first bucket. After that, it was all Tampa, stretching to as much as a 15-point lead, now up by 14 as we get ready to start the second half. Each team will bring out their starting five. For the Spartans, Trey Lane, Amarion Nimmers, B.J. Schaefer, Caden Froby, and Tyson Lato. For the Tritons, Isaiah Placide, Kent Gerard, Koa Baker, Dante Bouchard, and Timothy Thompson. The five on the floor for both sides as the Spartans start the ball with the second half. Eckerd with a possession arrow as Schaefer trips and falls and causes the turnover on the Froby pass. Eckerd will now bring it up the court. Gerard on the inbound as Trey Lane continuing to shadow Bouchard in the backcourt as they try and cut off some of that quickness from the Eckerd Tritons. Bouchard, a product of IMG Academy, probably about a half an hour from here in St. Petersburg, maybe 40 minutes. So staying close to where he played his college ball. Gerard flips to Baker. Shot clock down to 10. Baker, jab steps, goes inside, backs down Schaefer. Baker spins, shoots the shot, and it rolls around the rim and in. Koa Baker with a friendly roll cuts the lead down to 12 on the turnaround. He's got 7. And Isaiah Placide comes up with a steal, goes to the ground, and he'll call a timeout to keep possession. Plenty of time left in the second half, but the Spartans with a 12-point lead over the Eckerd Tritons. 43-31 the score. We'll be right back with more second half action here on the Sunshine State Conference. A bucket already for the Tritons inside the first minute of the second half. Still a 12-point lead for Tampa, though, as Koa Baker got a deuce inside the lane to make it 43-31. It's going to be Eckerd ball underneath their own basket. Same starters out for each side, with Isaiah Placide, the scoring leader for Eckerd, and Tyson Lato, the scoring leader for Tampa. Dante Bouchard gets the inbound, and he'll take Lane on one-on-one. Slowly working, Bouchard crosses the timeline with seconds to spare. Gerard teetering on the out-of-bounds line, back to Dante. Tight defense from Tampa as Placide fires from the elbow, no good. Thompson is there. It's Gerard who comes up with it. Thompson now tips it out. Lane picks it up. Transition for Tampa. Lane to the corner. Now Froby off the screen. Swings it to Schaefer. Schaefer with Bouchard pressing him up top. Froby fires from deep, no good, and Bouchard keeps it in bounds and grabs the board. Bouchard keeping his head down while Coach Goluski screams for a pass. Floater from Placide misses, and Trey Lane scoops up the miss. Here comes Lane, barreling down, finds Schaefer, pass tipped away, and ended up in the hands of Dante Bouchard. Bouchard looking for an open man as Bouchard holds on to it. Thompson comes up for the pick. Lato switched on Bouchard. He picks it up at half court, swings it to Gerard. 14 on the clock. Girard goes, creates some space, and switches in the mid-range. Great move by Girard to shake off Froby, and the Tritons are back down by 10. Lane from deep, it's good. Trey Lane, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. And the first basket for Tampa in the second half comes from a Trey Lane triple. He now leads all scorers with 11. Ryan Blount at the scorers table for Tampa. Bouchard, the 3 for Eckerd, no, but Baker scoops it out of the hands of Lado. Baker pump fakes from the corner, takes it baseline, and that's an offensive foul. I think the Eckerd coaches are trying to say that that was in the circle, but Koa Baker is going to be charged for that foul. Certainly a close call. It's Baker's first, and the first foul of this second half inside the first 3 minutes. Substitution is B.J. Schaefer checks out. He's replaced by Ryan Blount, who leads all Spartan rebounders to this point. Froby now to Blount. To Froby, guarded by Thompson. Swings it to Lado. Mismatch on Placide. Lado, tough shot. Great defense by the smaller Placide, but the Spartans get the offensive board. Lane from deep, no good, and Baker picks it up, fighting off Froby to secure the rebound. Girard tries to take it himself, and that's I think a goaltending, basket interference, one of the two, and it's a goaltend on Ryan Lado. (46-35), 11-point lead for Tampa after that basket is going to count for the Tritons. Kent Girard's first basket. As the floor gets clean, just under 17-minute mark. Froby, Lado, Blount, Nimmers, and Lane for the Spartans. Placide, Bouchard, Thompson, Girard, and Baker for the Tritons. Trey Lane back, and no press from Eckerd as Froby's set to inbound. 11-point lead for the Spartans as Trey Lane takes it up. He's on double-double watch with 11 points and 6 rebounds. Now Froby to Nimmers. Swings it to the other side for Blount. Blount pockets it to Nimmers, who gets it back from Froby. Nimmers, Froby, Lado takes the jumper over Thompson, no good. Placide skies for the board and hides it from two Spartan defenders. Eckerd looking to cut the lead to single digits as Baker backs down Lane. Baker, pump fake, draws the contact, flails, and that's going to be called on the Spartans. Trey Lane gets hit with a foul, his second personal. And that's going to be 2 shots for Koa Baker. Baker, an elite free throw shooter, had an over an 80% clip on the season. 1 for 2 from the line here tonight. He's got 7 points and fires his first. A nice roll, and with the help of the backboard, the lead is now 10. Baker trying to cut the lead down, the deficit down to 9. Front rims, and he is 2 for 4 from the free throw line. 46-36 as Eckerd sprints back on defense. Lane swings it. Blount takes it himself off the backboard. Baker is hit, but no foul called. Girard gets the board. Girard speeding it up court, spinning, no good. Thompson on the tip, no, and Lado picks up the board. A good chance for Eckerd to cut down the deficit, but it stays at a 10-point lead for Tampa. Blount thought about the 3. Instead, he hands it to Froby. Nimmers slashing through the lane over Thompson. Tipped in by Lado, no, and he knocks it out of bounds. The Spartans will surrender possession. And that is going to be a timeout. We're just about 5 minutes through in this second half. Eckerd's been able to cut into the lead a little bit, but they trail by 10. 46-36, plenty of time left.
Our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends. Where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
The Tritons began this half down by 14. Now they're down by 10 as they look to keep the comeback going against the Tampa Spartans. A 6-0 run for Eckerd in the last minute plus as they trail by 10 with 15:42 remaining in this one. Josh Sperber here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network as the Spartans will be on defense as Eckerd inbounds from their basket. For the Tritons, Bouchard, Baker, Gerard, Placide, and Thompson. For the Spartans, Froby, Lane, Blount, Nimmers, and Lado. 46-36 the score in favor of Tampa as Gerard breaks away to get the inbound pass. Baker's going to take it up, taking the place of Bouchard, who has done most of that over the course of this game. Now Bouchard has it at the logo, gets it to Gerard. Fakes the handoff. Gerard gets it to Bouchard on the elbow with Froby on it. Placide curls, pump fakes, and pivots. Now he swings it to Baker. Off the curl, he'll go to his right. 5 on the shot clock. Baker, double team. Gerard looking for the open look. He finds one. Front rim. Placide tips it again, and it gets back to Kent Gerard. 20-second shot clock now for the Tritons as a play's called out by Bouchard. Gets a Thompson screen. Now Baker looking inside. Thompson off the pick. Thompson gets it back on the smaller defender. Gerard picks up the miss, loses it, dives to the floor. Gerard to Bouchard off of Dante, and that would have probably cost the Tritons a shot clock violation anyway. So it's a turnover for Eckerd as they remain down by double digits. Just over 5 minutes have elapsed here in this second half, 46-36 in favor of the Spartans. Trey Lane, the only man in double figures for Tampa. He's got 11 points. And Isaiah Placide leads the way for the Tritons with 10. So court is clean, dry, and we're ready to go. Lane gets the inbound. Lado's low against Thompson. Nimmers and Blount to either side. Here's Froby to Blount. Back to Nimmers, who's open for a three, no good. And Gerard has it knocked away. Bouchard almost intercepts. Lane taking it himself. Reverse layup, no. Lado tip is blocked, and a foul called. Timothy Thompson gets tarred with a foul. He had his first foul within the opening minute of the game, and this is his second. So kudos to Timothy Thompson for keeping himself out of foul trouble so far, as Tyson Lado will get a chance to increase his perfect record from the line. He is 3 for 3 as a team. Tampa is 3 for 5. Lado takes the first, and Eckerd will sub in 2. Rocky Rosario coming on for Thompson. Isaiah Placide coming out for Wyatt Treisman. So Treisman and Rosario join Baker, Gerard, and Bouchard. Save 5 on for Tampa. Froby, Nimmers, Lane, Blount, and Lado, who fires his second of 2 and swishes them both. And off comes Froby, on comes Ian Higdon for the Spartans. Tyson Lado, now the second Spartan into double figures. He's 5 for 5 from the line. Bouchard takes it across the timeline, guarded by Lane. Rosario to Gerard, tries to get baseline on Nimmers. Gerard spinning, fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2. Ian Higdon has come off the bench and been one of the more featured bench players so far for Tampa, but that is his third foul as he sends Gerard to the line for 2 with 14-11 in the second half. Brady Patterson is next to the scorer's table for Eckerd, ready to check in. First from Gerard is an easy make, and Dante Bouchard will exit in favor of Patterson. So Patterson, Baker, Gerard, Rosario, and Treisman as Kent Gerard tries to make it a 10-point game from the free throw line. And he does. 2 for 2 from the line goes Gerard, and almost an interception as Kent Gerard runs up into the stands and not in the run Artest way. Had to knock that ball away from what could have been an open look for the Spartans. And it's 48-38. Lane controlling with Baker covering. Lato spins it out to Blount. Lane fakes the pass, stutter steps, drives the lane himself, goes underneath. Swarmed by the double. Rosario is there, and Rosario picks it up. Higdon tries to force the jump, and he does. And that looks like it's going to be Eckerd ball on the jump. Possession arrow in favor of Eckerd on that one, and the Tritons force the turnover. (48-38) the score, 13:49 remaining in this one. Baker on the inbound. It's going to be Brady Patterson taking it up as the Eckerd Tritons try to fight through the Spartan pressure. And Patterson brings it up the court as a play is called. Gets over just before the 8-second clock ends. And now Rosario. Treisman doubled towards the out-of-bounds line off of Lato. No, it knocks off of Treisman. And great defense with Ryan Blount and Tyson Lato forcing the double team and the turnover, pinning Wyatt Treisman against the out-of-bounds line. Still a 10-point lead for the Spartans as Lane is there. Patterson guarding him. Baker on Blount. Nimmers, 18 on the shot clock, swings it back to Blount. Lane, 10 on the shot clock. Nimmers gets it in the corner. He's looking down low for Lato. One-on-one, Lato and Rosario. Lato loses it. Patterson scoops it away and gets the steal. Here's Kent Gerard to the corner for Treisman. Lobs it inside. It's Nimmers on Rosario. Rocky goes to work. Gets away from the defender. A pump fake and a bucket for Rocky Rosario. Great patience from Rocky going up against the smaller defender and avoiding the big body of Tyson Lato. Blount no good from deep, and Patterson is hit coming down, and a foul is called. It's going to be on Trey Lane, and that is his third. So Higdon has been a key contributor off the bench. He's got 3 fouls. Trey Lane, the starting point guard, who's got 11 points and 6 rebounds, he is on 3 fouls as well, as Koa Baker exits in favor of Isaiah Placide, who will join Patterson, Treisman, Gerard, and Rocky Rosario. Tyson Lato has exited, replaced by Jin Gillespie, and A.J. Schaefer has entered as well, along with Keandre Harvey. So Harvey, Froby, Jin Gillespie, Blount, and Schaefer, the 5 on the floor for the Tritons. Here comes Gerard, hustling to the hoop, but can't get it to go. Foul still called. That's going to be on Jin Gillespie, his second foul, and Gerard will go to the line to shoot 2. 8-point lead now in favor of the Spartans, 48-40, is the score, with Tampa leading. Koa Baker back on the scorer's table. He's going to come in shortly. My guess is he's either coming in for Gerard or Treisman. Gerard shooting 2. That's the first make. And Baker will come in for the shooter. And now Kent Gerard to make him 4 for 4 on the day. He does it. Easy deuces for Gerard as he exits to the tune of 2 straight free throws in favor of Baker. Gerard's got 8 with half his points and a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line. 6-point game, close as it's been since the opening 10 minutes. Eckerd has been cutting away at this Spartan lead. Now Schaefer, top of the key. Curls in towards the middle, back to Froby. Bounces to Blount. Looking for Harvey. Blount finds Harvey on the elbow. Now Schaefer, he's got a lane, lobs it up. Jindzelewski has it tipped, and Rocky Rosario comes up with a steal. Baker fires it ahead. Placide on a double team, and he's fouled at the cup. And that should be Jin Gillespie's third. And no, it's actually on DeAndre Harvey. So, foul called and a timeout called. Eckerd has cut the lead from 14 to 6 in the space of about 8 minutes. 48-42, Spartans lead. Eckerd on the comeback trail when we return.
Thank you to preferred hotel partner of Eckerd Athletics, Residence Inn. Experience a peaceful waterfront getaway at Residence Inn Tierra Verde. Located directly on the bay, the Residence Inn is a waterfront hotel just steps away from all your favorite St. Pete attractions. When booking your next St. Pete getaway, think Residence Inn.
It was 43-29 Spartans at the start of this second half. Now, 2 shots at the line for Isaiah Placide and the Tritons, who have an opportunity to cut the lead down to 4. 48-42 the score. Spartans have just scored 6 points so far in the second half. 5 points so far in the second half as Placide drains the first free throw. Already 3 for 3 from the line, now 4 for 4. And he misses his first, so the lead stays at 5 for the Spartans. B.J. Schaefer speeding it up the court for the Spartans. Goes right at Patterson. Baker pokes it loose. Diving play to complete the turnover. Now Patterson sprinting up the court, crossing up Schaefer. Patterson goes to Baker. And the ball movement stops at Koa, who's going to take on DeAndre Harvey one-on-one. Koa going inside, draws a double, shovels to Rocky. Patterson for 3. Off the rim, no. Traceman tips it. Placide with the triple, and it's good. Isaiah Placide with the dynamite 3. And it's a 2-point game. 3 starters come to the scoring table for Tampa. Nimmers and Lane, as well as Lato, as DeAndre Harvey responds with a 3 of his own. Lead back up to 5 for the Spartans. Their first bucket in a while. A 10-0 run for Eckerd in the last 2:20 before the 3 was hit. 5-point game just about at the halfway mark. Rocky Rosario swings it to Baker. Trying to fight for a screen. He goes low. Placide wants the 3, and he steps back and finds it. Hit, no call. And Froby with a rebound. And Rosario fighting for it, rips it away. Out of bounds is Tampa, and it's Eckerd ball. The Tritons are leaving it all on the floor. As Eckerd diving for the loose ball as Tampa gets back some of their starters. Schaefer, Blount, and Jin Gillespie replaced by Lato, Nimmers, and Lane. And Timothy Thompson comes in to replace Rocky Rosario, who only has 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting, but has made some great hustle plays off the bench for Eckerd. Now it's Patterson, joined by Placide, Treisman, Thompson, and Baker for Eckerd's 5 on the floor. Lato all the way up top against Thompson, lobs it for Placide. Nimmers pokes it away, and a loose ball ends up in the hands of Harvey. Now Lane wanting the 3, instead he flips it to Harvey. A look from deep, no good. Placide picks it right up off the out-of-bounds line. 6th board for Placide. He needs 4 more for a double-double. Thompson open low, over Harvey, misses the dunk, and no foul called. That looked like a bad miss from the referees. Lane misses the fast break triple, but Lato rebounds it. Gets it back up to Harvey. Open look from 3, passes it up, now swings it to Lane. He fires, and it's good. Tampa gets the lead back to 8 on Lane's 4th triple of the day. as Kent Gerard gets ready to check back in for the Tritons. Treisman passes it. A pinball's off of the Spartans and goes out of bounds as Kent Gerard will check in for the Tritons. He will replace Koa Baker. 54-46, just under the 10-minute mark here in the second half. Eckerd trailing, but they have certainly gotten the better of the Spartans in this second half so far as Treisman gets the inbound. 17 on the clock as Patterson sizes up Lane. Looking inside to Treisman. Kicks it out. Gerard looking for his shot. 8 on the shot clock. Gerard slices through the lane. No, rolls around the rim and misses. And Harvey saves it for Lato. Good recovery defense from the Spartans, who have the chance to bring their lead back to double digits. Nimmers gets around the screen. Swings it to Harvey. Looking inside. Now Nimmers pulls up from deep. And it's good. 3 straight threes for the Spartans, and they're back up by 11. Eckerd hasn't scored in 3 minutes. Treisman shakes the defender, drives in, falls, no foul, and Gerard picks up the loose ball. 16 on the shot clock. Gerard takes it with his left. Tries to spin away from Lato, no good. Tipped, caught, dropped. Now Thompson has it. He's fouled going up. 2 shots. Tyson Lato picks up his second call. 6th foul already for the Spartans. So Eckerd could have plenty of bonus time, which can only help them as they trail by 11. The Tritons need these 2 from Timothy Thompson to try and cut it to single digits. Thompson, 46 for 79 from the charity stripe. And he misses the first. Timothy Thompson getting ready for his second shot. There was some extracurricular activity. Someone was making noise towards the Tampa bench, I think, and that's what the refs were investigating. It'll still be one more shot for Thompson as he missed his first. Thompson, to make it a 10-point game, he sticks it, and it's 57-47. Trey Lane with it. Harvey to Froby. Spins inside. Lane fires from deep. No good. Thompson grabs the rebound. He is a hard guy to box out as Timothy Thompson picks up his 5th board. Baker up top on the taller Lato. Baker pulls up from 3, and he hits. Koa Baker with a much-needed triple. And the lead back down to 7. Baker goes for the steal. Harvey pulls up for the floater, and he knocks it down. DeAndre Harvey with his second basket of the game. He's got 5, and it's back to 9 for the Tritons. Baker, Patterson, Gerard, Thompson, and Placide for Eckerd. Lane, Lato, Froby, Nimmers, and Harvey for the Spartans. Now Thompson hands it off to Baker, who draws the double. Heavy double team as Baker finally puts it on the floor. Baker goes up the middle, spins away for the steal. Gerard back to Baker on Harvey. 2 on the shot clock. Baker is picked from behind but fouled by Trey Lane. And that is going to be down on the floor. That is 4 fouls for Trey Lane, who is 4 for 9. It'll be a 1-for-1 for Eckerd, who are trailing by 9, but a timeout. So we'll take a quick
relationships I've built is something like I wouldn't be able to find just anywhere else.
It's just different.
59-50. Tampa has balanced out their offense with a flurry of three-pointers, increasing their advantage that has gotten down as low as 4 points, with the resurgent Tritons on a tear in this second half. Josh Sperber here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network as Koa Baker heads to the line for a 1-1. Baker 2 for 4 from the line already, but shooting well over 80% so far this season. He's got Placide and Bouchard behind him, Thompson and Girard on the line in front of him. And Baker rims out. Thompson goes to ground with the rebound. And they call that a travel? Thompson had the rebound, went to ground because there was 2 Spartans right by him. I don't know how they get a travel from that. If anything, you'd think that would be a jump ball because some tie-ups help Thompson down to the ground on that. While the floor gets clean, here's the 5 on the floor for the Spartans. Schaefer, Froby, Nimmers, Lato, and Blount. 9-point lead, 7-11 remaining with the Spartans out in front. Now Schaefer. Schaefer gets it back, now into Froby. Great pass, but Lato is swatted away, and Thompson called for the foul. That is his 3rd. So with just under 7 minutes remaining, the Eckerd's leading big man is now with 3 fouls, though Trey Lane also has 3 on the bench for the Spartans. Lato to the line for 2, where he's 5 of 5. And he misses his first free throw of the night to make him 5 for 6. Lato is 5 for 5 from the free throw line, now 5 for 6. Trey Lane is the only other Spartans player to have shot a free throw so far tonight. Lato to try and make it a 10-point lead. And he does. That's 12 points for Tyson Lato. 6 for 7 now from the charity stripe. Baker taking it up as Bouchard will cut for it. Girard sets a screen for Placide, hands it off to Dante. Bouchard to Thompson. Up top with Lato. Gets the switch, Baker. Back to Placide, smothered by Nimmers. Inside, Thompson on Lato. 8 on the shot clock. Thompson sends it back to Placide. He pulls the trigger and hits Isaiah Placide from long range. And it's a 7-point game. Eckerd continue to chip away at this Tampa lead. Now they need a stop. Blount back to Schaefer. They've been swinging around the perimeter for the first 15 or so seconds. Now the shot clock down to 12. Nimmers back to Schaefer. Swung over to Blount. Looking inside for Lato. He comes up. Pull up from short. And Placide tips it. Schaefer tips it. And now it's a fight for the ball under the basket. The possession arrow favors Tampa. And that is going to be a Tampa possession. The Spartans to inbound underneath their own hoop, just under 6 to go. Tritons in the bonus with just 3 team fouls so far, and they trail by 7. 19 on the shot clock after the out of bounds as Lato now has it with a mismatch on Placide. Pass inside, Schaefer rimmed out, and Koa Baker gets the board. Baker to Bouchard. Bouchard off a screen. Looking for Placide. Placide, the step back to Bouchard. Has some space, now finds Thompson inside. Thompson backing down, spinning, puts up the hook shot, no good, and Lato picks up the rebound. High arcing pass and a great save by Ryan Blount. Spartans slow it down with Schaefer. Now Froby to Lato. Lato with Thompson on him, lobs it in. Bouchard pokes it away, taps up by Kent Girard. And I don't know what that foul was, but it goes on Kent Girard. 4th foul for Girard. Wyatt Treisman will take him out of the game. And to call that on a 4th foul, that's a tough one. So Wyatt Treisman back in for the Tritons as Lato gets it with 20 on the shot clock. He's backing down Thompson. Now Schaefer. And he draws the foul. That's the fourth on Thompson. And now the Tritons are in trouble. 4 fouls on Gerard. Moments later, the 4th foul on Thompson. On a tough play as Schaefer definitely angled his body into the defender and drew the contact. 7-point lead. Schaefer heading to the line for the first time today. And back iron misses as Rocky Rosario will come out and substitute Timothy Thompson. So Rosario, Placide, Treistman, Baker, and Bouchard for Eckerd. Nimmers, Froby, Schaefer, and Lato, along with Blount for Tampa, with DeAndre Harvey waiting to come in. Both free throws missed. I'm pretty sure I heard some of the Eckerd players yelling out, "Ball don't lie." Under 5 minutes to go now, a 7-point game. Tampa in command, but Eckerd knocking on the door. Placide at the top of the key with 12 on the shot clock. He's doubled. Treistman has it now. Swings to Bouchard. Stays in bounds as Baker gets it. 5 on the shot clock. Baker heads in. Pump fake. Looks for the layup. No good. And a gang rebound ends up in the hands of Omarion Nimmers. Nimmers, the jump pass. And a timeout called by Spartans head coach Link Darner. 60-53. Tampa has led the entire way, but Eckerd is on the comeback trail. Can they complete it? We'll find out with another. Four and a half minutes remain. Eckerd has gotten back to within 4 in the second half. A couple three-pointers stretch it back out for Tampa, who now lead at 60-53. Harvey now in for the Spartans, joining Lato, Froby, Nimmers, and Blount. For Eckerd, it's Rosario, Placide, Treistman, Bouchard, and Koa Baker, excuse me. Harvey with 14 on the shot clock. Pulls it back behind the line. Nimmers, a contested 3. Back iron, no good. And Placide picks up his 7th rebound. He's 3 away from a double-double. Treistman pulls it back. Now Placide picks it up at the logo. The cutting Bouchard now will run the point with 20 on the shot clock. 4 minutes remaining in the second half now. 7-point lead for the Spartans. Eckerd slowing it up. 11 on the shot clock now. Rosario up top. And a great cut from Placide, who lays it home. Beautiful pass from Rocky Rosario, and it's a 5-point game. Harvey swings it to Nimmers. Back to Harvey. Back to Nimmers. Passed up the 3, passes to Lato. Harvey now drives into the right. Spins around, passes it. Lato with the easy deuce inside. And the lead back up to 7. Lato had inside position on Rosario and took advantage with an easy bucket. 62-55 the score now as Bouchard picks it up at the top of the key. Screen by Rosario and an offensive foul. Must have been a moving screen from Rocky as timeout is called with just over 3 minutes remaining. A long road ahead for Eckerd with 3:08 to go. They trail 62-55 as they try to come back and steal a game from Tampa.
Partner of Eckerd Athletics, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill. For 30 years, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill has been the official gathering spot for Tampa Bay Rays fans. Located in downtown St. Pete, Fergs encompasses nearly 2 city blocks with both indoor and outdoor seating with live music. When watching your next Tampa-based sporting event, check out Fergs.
It is crunch time here in St. Pete College, and the Eckerd Tritons have had a dominant second half. It still has not been enough to take the lead as they remain trailing here against the Spartans by a 62-55 margin. 5 on the floor for Tampa, who get possession in their own half. It's Trey Lane and Caden Froby, with Ryan Blount, Amarion Nimmers, and Tyson Lato out ahead. Kent Gerard and Tim Thompson back in with 4 fouls apiece for Eckerd, joined by Placide Baker and Bouchard. Nimmers crosses it up, sends it to Blount as we get under the 3-minute mark. Now Lane, who's got 4 fouls himself, slips, goes in for baseline, and out of bounds. Turnover for Tampa, and Kent Gerard with some solid defense on the baseline to force the turnover. Pressure will come from Tampa as Bouchard tries to break free on the inbound. Heavy pressure from the Spartans. Bouchard gets it in the nick of time. Here's Lane. Now Bouchard with Lane on defense. 19 on the shot clock. Placide, open 3, no good off the rim, but Gerard scoops up the board. Gerard muscles his way to the cup, and he gets the deuce. Kent Gerard with a grown man play inside, gets the rebound, and puts Eckerd back within 5. Just about 2 minutes to go here in the second half. Eckerd, in a game that seemed so different at the start of this second half, are now within striking distance. Froby to Nimmers. Nimmers curling in, loses it. Diving is Placide. He can't hold on. Blount with 3 on the clock. Off the glass, no. And is that going to be the last foul on Gerard? And it is. 5th foul of the game on Kent Gerard. So that is Gerard's 5th. He will be forced to exit. 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 10.6 boards. And now Tampa is in the bonus as Wyatt Treisman comes in for Kent. Amarion Nimmers to the free throw line, the leading scorer for the Spartans and 6th in the Sunshine State Conference. Nimmers on the front end of the one-on-one, cashes it in. He's got 9 on his first free throw attempt, and it becomes the first Spartan not named Tyson Lato to make a free throw here at St. Pete College. To bring the lead back to 7, Nimmers does it. It's 64-57. Eckerd looking to push. Give and go from Placide to Bouchard. Bouchard to the corner. Back to the curling Placide. Draws a double. Placide tries to fight away from pressure. Finds Thompson. Thompson back out to Placide. Steps back for 3, and it's good! Isaiah Placide cuts the lead back to 4 with a fall-away 3. And with a minute and a half to go, Eckerd now has it within 2 possessions. Timeout Tampa, as the Tritons are keeping things interesting in the final minutes. A minute and a half remain, 4-point lead for Tampa. Don't 4-point lead for Tampa as Trey Lane walks it up the court for the Spartans. No fouling yet for the Tritons as Nimmers gets it at the logo. Froby, guarded by Bouchard. Lane swings it inside. Froby, back out. Open three for Nimmers. No good. And the Tritons get it. Placide on the board. He's 2 boards from a double-double. All the way himself, Isaiah Placide brings it back within 2. That's 21 for Isaiah, and it's a 2-point game. Under a minute now. The Spartans in control. Eckerd, no need to foul. Lane crosses up Baker into Lato. Thompson there. Double team. Lane, 12 on the shot clock. The floater, no good. And it's out of bounds. Who's that off? Eckerd ball! The Tritons have not led the entire game, and they have a chance to tie it with 43 seconds remaining. And a defensive substitution for Tampa. Ian Higdon comes in. Ryan Blount comes off. Higdon, though, with 3 fouls so far, so he will have to be careful. 2-point game. Hasn't been this close since the opening minutes of the contest. Thompson to Baker. Inside for the tie. No. Thompson tips. No. Placide rebounds. No good. He's fouled. And Isaiah Placide will go to the line with a chance to tie the game. 27 seconds left as Higdon draws the foul seconds after entering. And he is 1 away from fouling out. 2 free throws for Placide, who is 1 rebound shy of a double-double. 21 points, 9 boards, an impressive 4 for 5 from the free throw line by Isaiah. The Tritons have not beaten the Spartans since before the COVID-19 pandemic. December of 2019 at the MacArthur Center, a 63-61 win was the last time Tampa lost to the Tritons. Since then, it has been 6 straight wins for the Spartans, with only 2 of them coming by double digits. Tampa has led by as much as 15 as Placide misses the first, and the Spartans catch a break. Placide has been the best offensive player for Eckerd by just about every account, but a tough miss to start his free throws, and he gets the friendly roll. Blount comes back in for Higdon, who's back to the bench with 4 fouls. Blount, Lane, Nimmers, Lato, and Froby for Tampa. Baker, Bouchard, Placide, Treisman, and Thompson for the Tritons. And that's out of bounds! Trey Lane loses the handle, and with the shot clock turned off, Eckerd has a chance to take the lead. They're going to take a timeout to talk this one over, but this game has gotten all kinds of interesting. Tampa 64, Eckerd 63, no shot clock, as we could see a photo finish here in St. Petersburg. At halftime, it was 43-29 Tampa. They had never surrendered the lead after Eckerd scored the first basket of the game. Since then, it was a dominant performance by the Spartans, holding Eckerd to a field goal percentage of 37 in the first half. The second half has gone differently, as Eckerd has wildly outscored the Spartans, and with 25 seconds left, have a chance to clinch a comeback. Baker's pass is tipped out of bounds, and we'll try again. Not even half a second comes off the clock as Baker back on the inbound. Bouchard, Treisman, Thompson, and Placide in on the court for Eckerd, with Baker inbounding against Froby, Lane, Lado, Nimmers, and Ian Higdon. And we're going to have to fix the clock, as the clock just went from 25 to 2 seconds. And I don't think the Triton faithful are going to like that too much. So we'll fix the clock here. Isaiah Placide leads all scorers with 22, and all Tritons with 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, Tyson Lado, 14 and 10, as Bouchard gets in the backcourt. Eckerd can hold for the final shot. The shot clock is off with 18 seconds remaining, and the Tritons are going to draw up a play. Treisman gets it from Placide. They're going to want the ball in his hands as Placide saves it. Corner of the court, 9 seconds left. Placide working his way inside. Placide, 4 seconds, hoists up the three. It's good! Isaiah Placide from way downtown. And Eckerd takes their first lead with 2 seconds left. What a shot as Isaiah Placide with the play of the season so far for Eckerd. He's got 25, and in the second half, he cannot miss. 8 for 15 from the field, 4 for 9 from deep. And against all odds, Eckerd has come all the way back. They trailed by as much as 15. They had not led since there were 19 minutes left in the first half. Now with 2 seconds left, they are on the verge of the biggest comeback win of the season. 66-64 with Isaiah Placide playing the role of hero. And let me tell you, that shot looked like it was forced. But I don't think there is a forced shot when it comes to Isaiah Placide. He's got some kind of range. And what a moment here at St. Pete College as Placide drills a triple, falling away with seconds left in the contest. Eckerd is out of timeouts. 1 timeout left for Tampa. 0.8 seconds have been added onto the clock. Each team in the bonus, 66-64 Eckerd, and Tampa is looking for a Hail Mary. Thompson guarding the inbound. Froby slings it forward. Lado catches half court. Blount for the win. No! Eckerd with the comeback victory. With Tampa leading the entire game, Eckerd down but never out, comes all the way back from double digits for a dramatic, fantastic conference victory against their rivals. I don't think I even need to tell you guys who our player of the game is. Isaiah Placide hits the game-winning three with 2.8 seconds left, capping off a 25-point, 9-rebound performance as Eckerd comes all the way back and gets their only lead of the game when it matters most. What a win for the Tritons, and what a way to end a double dose of Wednesday basketball here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And what a finish that was. It did not seem like Eckerd was chipping away that much. Tampa let their foot off the gas enough for the Tritons to come from behind and complete the improbable comeback and get the final score of 66-64. The Tritons' first win against Tampa since December of 2019, and each of Eckerd's last 2 victories over the Spartans have come in double digits. That is going to do it for today's broadcast. Our next home game will be in exactly 1 week. Another doubleheader right here at St. Pete College. The men and women will take on Rollins College in another SSC Classic. But next week, a doubleheader at Palm Beach Atlantic University as the Tritons travel to West Palm to try and build off this momentum. So the Eckerd Tritons go 1-1. The women fall by 4, and the Eckerd men with a fantastic comeback to finish off the broadcast 66-64. And we're going to sign off here as well. Josh Sperber here on behalf of the entire fantastic student-led crew here at Eckerd College. Our executive producer, Amanda Green, leading the way for us here. I really appreciate the help of this fantastic team. And, of course, we appreciate the effort of the Eckerd men, who came back from as much as 15 points down to take the victory. 66-64 is your final, and that is the ball game. Josh Sperber again signing off and saying thank you all.